What is up, fam? Jessica Vieira here. Now, if you are running a digital product funnel, I'm going to go through the leaks that you could have in your funnel that is costing you a lot of lost sales. And I'm going to specifically break down the shifts that I made to my front end sales page that took me from a 0.47 return on ad spend to an 18.11 return on ad spend within 3 weeks. And I'm going to just go through a few different things that you can look at. And you might find that there are some tweaks that you need to make to your own front end sales page in order for your ads to be really profitable. Okay. So, first, I'm going to dive through like the mechanics and the understanding of how these funnels work, because I think that once you understand this concept, it's a lot easier to pick up on what's working and what's not working. Okay. So when you first launch a low ticket funnel, basically, and I've just got my iPad here. So when you first launch a low ticket funnel, up the top, you have your traffic. Okay. And normally that this is going to be organic and paid traffic. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be talking about running paid advertising across Meta and then how to make those Meta ads really profitable with low ticket funnels. Okay. So when you have traffic, you then send that traffic to a front end sales page. Okay. And then that front end sales page is what is going to promote your front end digital product. Okay. And that's anything that is under $97 on the front end. I typically find that products price between $27 to $57. You can do $97 on the front end. It is a lot harder, and you do need to really understand ads and what you're doing, or you run memberships for a $97 funnel. But I'm not going to get into pricing today. And then from there, all your buttons lead to an order page for purchase. Okay. Now, when you first start running ads to a brand new product, the only thing that matters is this entire front end. Whilst you will eventually would have built upsells, maybe you have upsells and downsells in the funnel, the main focus point is this front end. Because if the front end is not profitable, then it doesn't matter what you have past the order page. Okay. So for today's purpose of this video, I'm going to be talking about the front end specifically. Okay. So when I launched a brand new product, there's a brand new funnel recently, and I've got my notes here, and on the first launch, I had spent, and oh my God, my fringe is seriously annoying me right now. I had spent $3,556 and I had made $1,681. Okay, so I was in a negative. That means that basically I spent $3,500 to make $1,600. Like that means that I'm not offsetting my advertising costs and I'm not profitable. Okay. Now this particular funnel is a membership funnel. Okay. Now I run low ticket digital product funnels plus membership funnels. So 2 different types of funnels, and then also high ticket done for you funnels this year. And basically what that would have meant is that even though I was getting membership signups, that would mean that I would not be profitable until month 3. Okay. Now, after I made all the changes that I'm going to go through with you, after I made the changes, I spent $800 and made $8,000. Massive, massive difference. Okay. So I'm going to go through some of the changes that I specifically made to my funnel in order to relaunch and get these amazing results. Okay. Now you might find as I'm going through this that you're going to go and have a look at your sales page, and you might find that you can make tweaks to your sales page. Okay. Now, when you do first launch, ideally, let me go back here. Let me change the color. Sorry. Let me go here. how do I, oh, okay. So basically, when you go here, traffic is going to come to here. And then ideally, you need to get above 15% of people that land on the front end sales page to your order page. Okay. And then from there, essentially, you then have your essentially customers. And ideally, industry standard, you want this to be above 5% conversion rate. Okay. So CVR. Now, that's just at the bare minimum in the industry. Okay, I have funnels that are converting at 8%. I also have funnels that are converting above 10%. But bare minimum, like the absolute bottom threshold is 5%. Okay. Now, when I did launch, basically, I wish I could change the color. Oh my God, I know I can change the color. And for some reason, the color has disappeared. Oh, there we go. All right. So basically, when I first launched, I was getting a lot of traffic here, okay, to the sales page. And then I was getting a lot of traffic here, but then this percentage to the order page was about 7%. Therefore, my signups were really low, okay? So here's the things that I specifically did. Okay. Now, the first thing I did, because this was a brand new membership, a brand new offer, I was testing the market. The first thing that I realized is that I needed more data for a product like this. Okay. The product was not your typical, $27 digital product, right? It wasn't something that is very common to be sold. It was your brain in AI. Okay. So when I think about my ideal client, I'm always thinking about what are my clients thinking? What do they need? What problems do they have? What solutions do they have? Okay. So we always want to think when we're looking at selling to our market, number one, who is our ICP? So our ideal client, our ideal client profile. And then what are the problems that they have? What is the solution that we have? What are they thinking? That's a really big one. What are they saying? This is a major one. What are they thinking and saying? Okay. Not in what you think, what are they thinking and saying? Okay. And then the last one, which is the most important for ads, what is their level of awareness? Okay. What level of awareness are we speaking to? That's really important. Okay. So for me with Your Brain AI, I reached this point and I was like, well, AI is a new concept to the online education industry. A lot of people are for it. A lot of people are skeptical and a lot of people are anti-AI. And then not everyone understands AI like I understand AI and have integrated it into my own business. So you really have to get into the brain of your ideal client, okay? Now, if you don't know and your page is just not converting, okay? Because obviously you don't want to be wasting money. It costs a lot to do advertising. And I know when a lot of people first start out, you get really emotionally attached to the money that you're spending, and it can be quite daunting. And sometimes you don't know what to fix. So one thing that I did, right? I was really curious. So I ended up doing, this is the sales page, the same sales page, and I ended up have a video up the top, and then my button went to book a call, okay? To book a call instead. Now, when I did this book a call, basically, why can't I screw? Basically what I did was I opened up, there was 20 spots, and it was a group demo. Okay. So it was a group demo and I did 20 spots. So I wanted to, number one, preserve my time. I didn't want to do a whole bunch of one-on-one calls. Okay. Keeping in mind that this is a $47 a month membership with an annual upsell for $497. So I'm not going to do a whole bunch of sales calls for that when I can just put a whole bunch of people in the room. I made the slot for 11 a.m. every single day. Every day, 11 a.m. Then I turned the sales page into a presentation and I walked people through and I told them what it was. I also opened up to questions. Now, the reason why I did this, I did it for 1 week and 1 week only. Okay. 1 week. And what I did was I collected data. I wanted to know what were the questions that my ideal client had. What were the questions? What was their resistance to buying? What was their level of knowledge when it came to AI? Now, I'm very curious. I asked everyone questions. I asked what niche they're in. I asked them how often are they using AI? Have they integrated AI into their business? What problems are they running into in their business? I wanted to hear in their own words. In their own words. That alone gave me context. 1 week, I did calls twice a day, every single day for 5 days. That gave me so much data. And then I turned that data into sales page copy and I made tweaks. Okay. That was the first thing that I did. If you are not sure how to speak to your ideal buyer and you are not sure how they think and what are the things that they're saying, I highly suggest you can copy this. You can do this. Just do it for 7 days. Run a lead campaign to the page and have conversations. Conversations is data, and then that helps you tweak copy. Okay. Now, this isn't to say to do this for every single funnel that you launch, but if you were really, really struggling with finding the right words to put on your sales page, this is a really, really great short way to start and to have the conversations. Okay. Now, you can also that gives you a whole bunch of leads to work with. I ended up making a significant amount of sales that week. So my advertising cost was paid for. And then I even ran people through follow-up emails afterwards. Okay. So that's the first one. Now, the second thing that I did. Okay. Now, I added a demo video to the sales page. Okay. So right above what's included, I ended up adding a section and I had a little video that was a demo, and I think it's about 2 minutes long. Okay. People are curious, especially if you're running cold traffic to a sales page. People are curious. People want to know, how does it work? What does it look like? We have to think of like all the different ways that people buy. So I ended up doing a quick little demo video walking people through what it looks like. And I do this for every single sales page. Okay. Then underneath, I do 3 to 4 bullet points on what is covered in the video. Okay. And I write up the top, sneak peek demo. Okay. Now I put that there right above what's included. Okay. That's the second thing that I did. So if you don't have that, I highly, highly recommend it. Now the next part, next thing is not necessarily this actually had to do with the upsell one page. Okay. So that's just the front end. The second thing that I did was on the upsell one page. Okay. So on the upsell one page, I ended up, this was for $497. Okay. That's an annual upsell. So what I did was I have all the value stacking, but one thing that I did was I ended up saying for only, what did I say? I did pricing psychology, and basically I did for only X amount more, you can unlock X amount of value in pricing. So I ended up doing price stacking, like how inside of everything additional that everybody gets if they upgrade to annual, what's the total value? And then I basically say for an extra, if it's $497, the membership is only $47. So for $447 or $50, for an extra $450, you're going to unlock $10,000 more worth of value. My students alone are 3xing their results because they've upgraded. Okay, so you really need to very specifically price stack and value stack and use pricing psychology and wording so that people can see it that, wow, this is like a no-brainer to upgrade for the year. Like, and then underneath I did a comparison between what they got just signing up for the monthly versus what they're getting now if they upgrade. So you can do this for digital product funnels as well. Like, you want to say, okay, you just got this on the first product. Now this upsell one course or product complements the first product, and here's everything more that you're going to get. And then you have a comparison on each side so that people are like, wow, I need all of this. Like, I've got front end product, now I want the rest. So that's the second thing that I did. Okay. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is order bumps. Now, with order bumps, I did add this as well. With order bumps, the order bump needs to be like an absolute no-brainer. Okay, so your order bump is what lives on if this is your checkout, you've got what's included on this side. I personally like to put headline, image, and then a little bit of text, and then I have the order form here to make the payment, okay? Now, your order bump is what sits in here as an additional add-on at the checkout, okay? Now, with an order bump, there is a specific way that I like to do my order bumps, but it needs to be a no-brainer, okay? The order bump must complement the front-end product. It must complement it. So it needs to be something that is tangible, something that they can implement right away. It needs to feel like a no-brainer add-on at the checkout, and like it solves the next specific problem for the ideal client. Okay, so this as well is going to increase your checkout cart costs and your average order value. Okay, so you can add, what I find at the checkout cart is adding something that is price ranges that I found is really good is 27, 47, 97 on the higher end. It just needs to be really, really juicy. Or you can try even lower for $17, but I personally don't like $17. I like 27, 47, and 97 as an average order order bump. And first, you want to test just one. If one is converting at 20% plus, then you can test adding order bump 2, okay? And this alone can take what might be a $47 sale on the front end or a $27 sale on the front end to over $100, okay? That alone is going to offset advertising costs. So that's the next one that you want to have a look at. Do you have order bumps? How much are you squeezing at the front before your customer gets to any of the upsell pages? Okay. Now, the next thing that you really got to look at is your ads. Okay. That's the next thing. Once you've made all these little funnel tweaks and whatnot to try and improve the conversion rates in the funnel, the next thing you want to look at is ads. All right. Now, ads, you really got to think about, like, are you speaking to your ideal client? Coming back to up here, okay? Coming back to up here, who is your ICP? What are the problems that they have? What is the solution that you have to offer? What are they thinking? What are they saying? And what is their level of awareness? Highly, highly recommend really dialing in your messaging, speaking to those clients, to your ideal client, okay? So you want to have a look at, like, speaking to different types of archetypes. So you want to look at pain, agitation. Yeah. You can have a look, you can overcome skeptical. You want to have like your founder's story. These are like the most common initial ad styles that you can come up with. Okay. And then you can have mini case studies. Yeah. Keeping in mind that if you're going to speak to these 4 different angles, messaging angles, then where was I going to go with this? I just literally had a brain fart. If we speak to these 4 different angles, where did it go? It's on the tip. It's on the tip. My brain is currently filtering. This is so annoying. I'm so frustrated. Oh my God. It was such a good point. I think I need to pause it because I need to find where this thought was going. Aha, I got it. Okay, so if you create ads under these 4 categories, okay, just to start off with, keeping in mind your ICP is probably falling within these 2 categories. Unaware, problem aware. Okay. When you first start running cold ads, do not speak to solution aware. We cannot assume that our ideal client, when we are running cold traffic ads to a brand new sales page, are all solution aware. You want to capture unaware, problem aware. The solution is when they get to the sales page and they get to the checkout cart. Okay, so creating ads under these 4 categories to start off with, and speaking to identity. Okay, identity, emotion. How do they think? How do they feel? What are the things that they're saying? What are the things that they're doing on a day-to-day basis that then creates the urgency for the solution? Okay, now this is like the biggest things that the biggest things that I'm always looking at. And if you can just focus, if you have a funnel right now that's not converting the way that it should be, if you just go back through this video and go and look at these key things that I have gone through today, particularly the ads, if you're running ads, then that alone is going to significantly help, okay? I want to leave you with one more before I wrap up, and I'm going to do a separate video on this. So please let me know in the comment section if you've found this video so valuable, because your feedback is definitely going to help me. And I really feel like I have so much knowledge inside of this noggin of mine that I can keep creating videos like this. So, and I'll create one more video on this. The final thing, okay, on your front end sales page, let's say this is your front end sales page. The final thing, you've got your headline, your subheadline, a video here. I'm going to go through this, and a button to go to your order page. Okay. This video here is a video. Oh, I can't even stuff that one up. Is a video sales letter. Okay. A video sales letter. I find that this has increased my conversion rates tremendously. And this video sales letter needs to be maybe 2 to 5 minutes long, 3 minutes if you can do it for that. It depends on how complex your offer is, okay? A lot of people don't use this. I have found that this has increased my conversion rates tremendously by having a short video, speaking right to my ideal client, speaking to their problems, speaking to their challenges, presenting the solution, and then from there, the cost of inaction. Yeah. So that has tremendously helped. And I'm going to do another video on how to know if your sales page needs one versus how to know if it doesn't need one, and the different types of VSL structures that you can add on sales pages to increase your overall conversions. So that's it from me. I hope that you found this video super valuable. Please let me know in the comment section what were the biggest takeaways that you got from this video. What is the one thing that you identified that you could implement into your existing funnel right now to increase the amount of customers you're getting? And whether you would like me to create more videos like this, or if you have any ideas on videos that you would love to see from me. All right, I'll see you in the next video.